Here he is, Wordsmith extraordinaire Kel Richards, as always on a Wednesday. Kel, great to have you. This is one we've talked about a long time ago. I thought it was timely we bring it back. Jeff from Oatley in New South Wales wants to discuss the term settled science. He says he's been trained in hard sciences in an era where scientific method and ethics, he says, were drummed into them. He regards the characterising of science as settled to be oxymoronic and deceptive. I think you go back in time when we all thought the Earth was flat. That was so-called settled science, and we kept our minds open to the fact that it might actually be a globe, and we were right. I think he hits upon a point. Nothing in science is settled. Aren't we supposed to have an inquiring scientific mind?
Exactly. You are right, Jeff is right. By definition, science cannot be settled. The man who demonstrated this best was a man named Sir Karl Popper. His definitive book on the subject is called The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. And in that he says, scientific propositions are either hypothetically true or definitely false, because science progresses by attempting to falsify existing scientific theories. That's how it grows, which was the point you were making. Thomas Kuhn, in his book The Structure of Scientific Revolutions, says science progresses by moving from one set of theories, which he calls a paradigm, to a next better set of theories, a different paradigm. So if it's settled, it can't be science. If it's science, it can't be settled. Science has to grow and learn. So Jeff is right, you are right. Attaching the adjective settled to the word science, I'm sorry, is nonsense.
I do laugh, this is an aside, that the science is settled science when you get to climate change, environmental issues, but the science of biology, of sex, is all up in the air. You know, there's 105 different genders and blah, 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 blah. This is how mad the world has become. Let's go to another world. These two terms annoy the hell out of me. I used to be taught it was normality, but I keep hearing this term normalcy turn up. Now, is normalcy correct? Is normality out the door? Give us the update.
They are exact synonyms. They mean exactly the same thing. You know, the standard state of the situation is normality. Normalcy and normality mean exactly the same thing. Normality is the older. It goes back to the 1800s. About 50 years later, the Americans came up with normalcy. And what the dictionaries do is they keep a corpus, a record of the usage of words, and normality is used far more often, far more frequently than normalcy is. So normalcy does sound odd to us because we rarely hear it. I'm trying to work out why people are using it these days, and I wonder if it's because they're frightened of the word normal. You see, if you say something is normal, that implies the opposite or its absence is abnormal. So if you say it's normal for children to have a mum and a dad, well, you know, outrage, offence taken, because that's offensive to gay couples or single couple parents or whatever. Well, I'm sorry, it's a fact. It is normal for children to have a mum and a dad. But because people are frightened of the word normal, because it's the woke have banned it, they go to normalcy to try to say that without saying it. I think that's why it's emerging the way it is.